And we're going to kick off this week with a little organisation project.
And then we're going to tackle these drawers.
They're going to need some work. It can be quite easy to just be like putting things off that are a bit overwhelming because you're worried, what if I don't get it right? High praise indeed for Dahlia 4, because on our wedding day, I said, how do I look? And he said, all right, like. Hi guys, Ree here from mummy4.com. Welcome back to my channel and another weekly vlog. And we're going to kick off this week with a little organisation project. So this is where we're starting. Bella's bookshelf. It's just got to be such a mess of jumble that it's not actually something she's going to and using. There is a larger bookshelf that the children refer to as their library in Zara's room, which kind of communal. But I want this to be somewhere Bella comes for things she actually wants to read. She's really getting into reading now. We could actually create an additional bookshelf because that box is empty. We can have a bit of a switch around. So let's pull it all out and see where we're at. So we've now got some books that Bella would like to keep in her room. These are books that are going to go into what we're calling Zara's library. And these are like earlier readers, which are more suitable for Zara. These are also kind of earlier readers. So all of those go into Zara's room. I'm not sure you're ready for Harry Potter yet, Belle. So what do you think? Not quite ready? We can keep it in here in case you're ready.
Yeah.
These Roald Dahl books, William, I think, has read all of those. So we're moving those into your room in case you fancy reading them. So now I think what we need to do is give this shelf a little clean, fill up the shelf and see if we've got any space or if we need to clean another shelf. So I think what we're going to do now is move this Lego up here so we can clear a bit more space for the books. So next job is to empty out these shelves, sort out which books Zara has grown out of and we'd like to donate and which ones belong in a neat and tidy area, and then bring in some of the books that are being moved in here from Bella's room. I pulled all of the books onto the floor and ew, there's a lot. There's also a really neatly organised, which were under Zara's New Emos, shelf of That's Not My Books. Now she's probably grown out of That's Not My Books now, but they look so pretty. I think Bella must have organised them in rainbow order and they've stayed neat because they were hiding behind these New Emos. So now we need to be a little bit ruthless, sort what's actually going to be used and what needs to be donated, wipe and restock the shelves, and then we're done. Got all of these books which need to be donated, things that she's just grown out of really, like In the Night Garden, so sad because I read In the Night Garden. I don't think my eldest was really into it, but certainly the little three were really into it. These are the phonics books, which are just finger phonics where you trace, I mean they're brilliant and I can highly recommend them, where there's like a cutout and you trace them, but she's a little bit beyond just learning the phonics, so they can go to be donated. And then just other books that she's just kind of grown out of, meaning the books on these shelves are suitable for definitely the girls. Over here we've just got more like books that I would read to them, or maybe books Bella would choose to read to herself. Also she's decorated the shelves with her New Emos. But this is a bookshelf of books that Zara could read to me. So these are more like easy early reader type books where the words are focused on kind of early phonics and things. So that's a quick job but time well spent. Time to start dinner now, and I'm quite excited because I've had another delivery from HelloFresh. If you've watched my videos before, you'll know all about HelloFresh, but if you are new to it, it is a meal delivery subscription service. You choose a delicious meal from recipes on their website. You get everything you need delivered to your door, including step-by-step instructions. A handy feature is you can choose meals according to prep time. So if you're shorter on time, you can choose lower times. If you've got a bit more time and you really enjoy cooking, then you can choose meals with longer prep times. You can select vegetarian options, and there are just so many really delicious meals. Through HelloFresh, my family have eaten things I never in a million years thought they would eat, partly because I get them involved generally in the selection process. The last time we had HelloFresh, they ate something with radishes in them. I would never think to buy radishes, and I can't imagine my children ever eating them, but they ate them, and my husband, who's also pretty fussy. Let's take a look at the options we've got for tonight and decide what to make. So as far as meal planning goes, I've just got HelloFresh on the list for the next 3 days, and I can choose from these recipes. I've put the recipes into this little folder with Polly Pockets. These are others that we've had in the past because it's just nice for ideas for the future. So tonight we can choose between hoisin chicken with plum stir fry, sweet and sticky chicken. That sounds delicious. Oh, maybe I fancy that actually. Or this quick beef and bean chilli. Fancying something chicken. Do we want hoisin? Do you know what? I think I'm going to do a sweet and sticky chicken tonight. That looks amazing. If you do want to try HelloFresh, they have given me this amazing offer code to share with you. You can go to the link on screen or down in the description to get 60% off. Or you can scan this QR code I've got on screen right now with your phone, and that will, as if by magic, take you directly to this specific offer that they've given to me to share with you today. I can highly recommend HelloFresh, and it's the perfect opportunity to give it a go if you've been on the fence when they've got such a brilliant offer. Well, that might be my favourite HelloFresh meal yet. What do you think, guys?
Yeah, amazing.
They all had seconds.
I love that.
Daddy 4, what do you think?
Yeah, really nice.
Yeah, yeah, really nice. It's high praise indeed. High praise indeed for Daddy 4. Because on our wedding day, I said, how do I look? And he said, all right, like. So, yeah, really good. Yeah, really good. It's like, woo! So if you do want to try the HelloFresh, you scan that code, and I can highly recommend the sticky chicken. Very good. Morning, guys. I have just dropped the children off in school along with the books that we have donated to the school. They're always looking for donations of things, so some of perhaps the younger year groups will really enjoy those books. I know my children have treasured them, and part of me feels really like about letting things go, like books and toys that they've loved and enjoyed. But we can't just keep everything forever, and in order to make space for new things, we've just had Christmas, Dad's had a birthday, we've got 2 more birthdays coming up. As much as it always makes me a little bit emotional, and the children as well, actually. It is good to have that kind of declutter and pass on and donate things that they no longer use. I need to go through their toys. I did find some Postman Pat things that they haven't looked at in years, twirly woo things I haven't looked at in years. And Zara's class specifically have been asking for donations because they're setting up like a toy shop area within the classroom. So I do need to have another clear out and perhaps donate some of those things too. Now, the next thing I'm going to need to go and do is organise Zara's drawers because they are absolutely exploding at the seams. And while it's good to get the children involved in helping, I'm like all for getting the children involved in helping and clearing and tidying. Sometimes they're not super helpful to have around when you're trying to declutter because they're like, actually that thing, like the twirly woos that I haven't looked at in years, I don't want to part with that. Sometimes it's simpler and easier to get it done while they're in school. Zara has gone in today with her dragon. They've got this school dragon. I think they've got one in every class, and you've got to send it home and then take it to do interesting things. Now, have you seen that episode of Peppa Pig? If you've got children, then at some point I'm sure they will have watched Peppa Pig in the last few years. That episode where it's Teddy Playgroup and Teddy Playgroup goes home and you've got to stick pictures in, and Teddy Playgroup have done all sorts of interesting things and they weren't doing anything interesting. Well, that was us this weekend. We were not doing anything interesting. It was really quite a chilled weekend. So Teddy Playgroup, or Dillis the Dragon or whatever it was called, just did some sort of stuff in the house, and I copy and pasted some stuff from Google Translate because yes, it has to be written in Welsh, and Zara copied that into the book, or traced over it actually, printed it out in like a tracing font, and she just wrote over it. She was thrilled. I'm not sure how good the Welsh is. My Welsh is embarrassing, really. When I went to school, it wasn't like a priority that they taught us Welsh. There were some Welsh speaking schools, but it wasn't like a priority like it is now in Wales. Now in Wales, they're very much pushing the Welsh language and encouraging it, whereas when I was in school quite some time ago, and they didn't prioritise teaching us Welsh. And now I feel really sorry for all the other teachers, some of them that I know were in school at the same time as me, that left school the same level of Welsh as me, and now have been told, having taught for many years, that they now have to teach the children to be fluent. It's like, how do you do that? That must be so difficult. They didn't qualify as teachers, as Welsh speakers, and now are expected to have this really high level language. It must be so difficult, something I definitely struggle with. Anyway, enough chitting and chatting for me. Let's go and take a look in Zara's room and tackle maybe just the drawers. If I've got time, maybe move on to some toys as well. I definitely don't have time for an all-day Organise. Tackling Zara's room is going to be a multi-day, if not a multi-week project. And in fact, decluttering's never a one and done, is it? It's never a one and done kind of thing. It's more like something you do on a cycle. You could go around and declutter the whole house, and then by the time you finish doing that, a year later, you're going to have to go back around and go through things the children have grown out of, things they don't play with, things that don't fit them. So I think rather than thinking of it as let's declutter the house until it's finished, it's more like let's just move it on. Like the washing, isn't it? A little bit never ending. Still, after every little job, it's always so satisfying when it's done, when we have that extra space around us and the whole house just feels easier to keep clean and tidy. I've got to say, the children were so much more enthusiastic yesterday about reading, and Zara even said, "Mummy, I've got so many nice books now." These are literally the same books they had before, but because she can actually find them and access them, she just spent ages looking at books and reading together and just being a lot more enthusiastic about it, which is fantastic. So it's weird in that getting rid of stuff, I took 2 baskets full of books that she'd grown out of, but she actually feels like she's got more stuff now that some of it's gone. Anyway, I'm going to start by just straightening the room up a tiny bit, so it's starting sort of tidy, and then we're going to tackle these drawers that yeah, they're going to need some work. Okay, time to tackle all this. I'm going to do my usual trick of emptying it out all over the floor. And organising it. My children are pretty good at putting things away when they are organised, but when it gets to this stage, and bless her, Zara's still only 5, so when it gets to this stage, she does find it a bit overwhelming. But I'm pretty confident that while things are kept with a system, and they're not allowed to get like this, they're pretty good at staying on top of it, and I think she'll be pleased when it's done. Okay, enough procrastinating. Let's pull it out of the floor and deal with this mess. came out that. Ew. Ew. What a mess. Why did I start this stage? These drawers are now cleaned out and ready to be refilled. I've got a massive basket of headbands that need sorting. This is pretty much all leggings, so they can be folded. And then I just need to go through all this, which is just all random bits, doesn't necessarily all fit her. I've got some of these that are sort of half sorted, vests and things, about random boxes of goodness knows what. Anyway, let's just plod through, categorise. I mean, that's a random Arnaplat. Why is it in here? Anyway, let's get on with it. Far from perfect, but I've made some massive progress in Zara's chest of drawers, so it's now pretty tidy at the top. We've got a nicely organised hairbands with bows, hairbands without bows, a general bits that she wouldn't want me to sort or organise or tidy or throw away, that I will perhaps go through with her later, but perhaps it's always good to have somewhere to dump things. Crowns, every girl needs crowns. Pants, wallet, her sleepy mask that she likes to sleep in. And then down the bottom, we've got leggings. Not sure how long they'll stay neatly organised like this, but I'll do my best to give her a hand to help her keep them like this, because I think she will like it, being able to actually find things. And then we've got jeggings, skirts, socks, and vests. I must say, I'm pretty pleased with that. I don't know where today has gone. I have been at the computer working since I finished doing Zara's drawers this morning. I have finally managed to get my video done for my Disney channel about the disability system and explain how that all works. I've had so many requests for that, and it's just been one of those videos that I just hadn't got around to doing because I had so many other, like, the vlogs and things to finish. But I think the other thing I can be a little bit guilty of, and this was a little bit the case with the planner as well that I've been putting together, which is available to buy now, by the way. If those of you have been asking, when's the planner ready, you can get it using the link below. I think I spend so much time about worrying about getting things right. It can be quite easy to just be like, putting things off that are a bit overwhelming because you're worried, what if I don't get it right? What if I leave something out? That's the big thing. I think this is the thing, the disability thing. I wanted to make it such a comprehensive video that I was like, well, what if I leave something out? And it makes me procrastinate it. Whereas sometimes you just got to do it. And I think I feel like this anyway. Sometimes I worry so much about not getting things perfect that I don't do them at all. And sometimes done is better than best, isn't it? So I've done this video, and do you know what? If I've left something out of it, I'll just have to remake the video, or I'll just have to add to the blog post, or I'll just have to add something, pin something in the comments, or whatever it might be. Or if something isn't perfect in the planner, I'll have to make a second version or send out amendments or whatever. And I think it's so easy to let perfectionism stop us from doing anything at all. That's the case with me anyway. But that is something that I've definitely had to kind of push against pretty much my whole adult life. Anyway, I am going to go and get my darling children now. It is at least sunny. It's not pouring with rain here in Wales for the first time in forever, which has got to be a good thing. Okay, Zara, Mummy has spent some time sorting out your drawers. Do you want to have a look?
Yeah.
What do you think?
I love it.
You love it? Why do you love it?
because it's all sorted.
Yeah, well, it didn't look like that this morning, did it?
No.
Do you think we could keep it nice and tidy? We've got headbands with bows, glittery headbands, crowns, pants. Do you want to look in the bottom drawer? Do you think you can actually find things now?
Yeah. Thank you.
Oh, it's okay. Should we have a look at some of these toys to see which ones you might want to keep and which ones you might want to make space for in case you have some things for your birthday?
Yeah.
Oh, I did swap some things around here. I found these, look. And do you know who else I found?
My favourite toys.
They are some of your favourites you'd forgotten about. I know, they were in a high up box. I know. And look who else I found. Jasmine is Zara's new favourite princess. It used to be Cinderella, she swapped to Jasmine now. I also found this box, look. You've lost Mary.
Mary?
Yes, I know.
Wow. And this is Belle.
So anyway, this isn't, I was just showing you this quickly. This isn't what we were going to do. I wanted to, oh, you want to get those out, do you? You want to get Belle out? Okay, right, never mind. I shouldn't have done that. Never mind. What I wanted to know was, shall we donate these Postman Pat toys to school? Because school have asked for donations of toys because they're setting up a toy shop, aren't they? Like so you can earn money and transactions and things. So would these Postman Pat toys be good for school? What do you think? I've lost you now, haven't I? Because you're too excited with all the things you just found. Yep. I had another thought. You know, I don't like you pulling down these boxes above your head. I get you to ask Mummy to pull those down, don't I? Because I don't want them to be pulling things on your head. But can you reach books from this shelf? What do you think? Shall we move the books up one? Because that way you've got 2 rows of boxes you can actually access yourself. And then the books on there. We could do the same for you, Bella.
Wait, all of them.
So we could move all of the books 1 row up. What do you think about that idea? Bella, what are your thoughts there?
I'm not sure.
If we move all the books from down there to up there? Or is that the same level you've got yours on anyway?
Yeah, I've got level 3.
Right, but Zara, have a look in Bella's. I'm talking about putting it the same as Bella's. You're too busy with all those toys now you found Marie. Yeah, I know. She's thrilled. Thrilled. This is the benefit of toy rotation. Zara thinks she's got new toys now. So it'd be the same height as this shelf, Zara. So you'd have 2 rows of boxes you could reach by yourself. And then, shall we do that? What do you think? So come on then. Mummy, go and move all the books up one.
Toy boxes.
It does. There you go, Zara. That's much better, don't you think?
Yeah.
I feel that's much more grown up. When we designed this room, you were much shorter when we moved here.
Yeah.
Okay, so the place is looking like a tip now because you find all these teddies. But that's fine because you're going to have boxes you can actually reach to put them away. Or they're not going away, they're all going to live on your bed, every single one.
Yeah, because I love them.
Right. Is there going to be any space for you?
I will go here.
Right, okay, in that tiny space there. Fine, very good. Bella's done an excellent, excellent job of organising. You're very good at organising, aren't you, Bells? So now this Postman Pat stuff, we're happy for that to go to school?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll swap that out of that box into another one to take to school. And the big red boat.
Yeah.
That is a baby toy really, isn't it, do you think?
Yeah.
Baby toy. What about Paw Patrol? You literally haven't looked at Paw Patrol since we moved here. Zara, Paw Patrol take that to school?
Yeah.
Yeah? Belle's happy with that?
Yeah.
Right, okay. Then you'll have actually more space for the things you want to need. And then it'll be easier to find the things you want to play with.
Yeah.
Now it's time to empty the dishwasher and then make dinner. Tonight for our HelloFresh meal we have got quick beef and bean chilli. This one only takes 20 minutes to prepare. Which is great because we've spent quite a lot of time upstairs organising since we got back from school. Dinner was quite yummy, and Miss Bella here, who normally says she doesn't like chilli, Don't like chili, Mummy. Don't like chili. Ask for seconds. Mummy, I don't like chili. I don't want chili. You liked it, didn't you? So that was definitely a hit. And she's also smiling because the Amazon man's just been and brought these, which I got on a bit of a bargain. You started reading one on the iPad, don't you? You can download on Apple Books the first chapter of lots of books, and you read the first chapter of
The Sleepovers.
The Sleepovers. I think she's moving into like the Jacqueline Wilson kind of range of books, that kind of age range, and you really enjoyed it, didn't you? But she does prefer reading actual books to books on a tablet.
Sometimes I do. Sometimes I like.
And obviously, if you need to take it into school,
Yeah.
then it is you've got to physically be able to take it. So it's this one. This is the one you're going to read, isn't it? With friends in the Alphabet Club: Amy, Bella, Chloe, Emily, and Daisy. So that'd be cool. And then when you've read them all, then Zara will get to the age where she needs to read them, won't she?
Yeah.
So and at least you've got a little bit of space on your bookshelf for these new phase of books that you're moving into. So let me know, what are your children of Bella's-ish age into reading at the moment? It's always good to have new ideas of what to encourage them to read. William's currently reading all of the Harry Potter books, so he's sort of halfway through that series. I'm really enjoying those, but open to suggestions for him too. Bella, I still think you've got a little bit of chilli on your face. Were you saving it for later? Well, I'm just glad you enjoyed it. If you would like to take up the HelloFresh offer, I will put the little QR code for you to scan up here. Thank you so much to HelloFresh for working with me again. It's an absolute pleasure. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on the bell and do all those YouTubey things. And we'll see you in the next one.